Hello again. Today we're going to start trying to solve the problem with ADM to see how can we draw the network and how can we perform the calculations of arrow diagramming method. What we have here in front of us is a table showing different activities in the form of IJ together with the IPAs and the durations for each one of the activities. So what we're going to do is first we're going to try to draw this network. Here we have an Excel file. We're going to try to draw the network in Excel, and that's basically a very simple task. What we're going to do is we're going to go to Insert and Shapes. We're going to select an oval, which we're going to make like a circle here. And then what we're going to do basically is just copy and paste this circle several times. And now we're going to start dragging these circles one by one and drawing the network. So we start with activity AB. Of course, as we notice here, we have AB, AC, and AD. All of these three activities have no immediate predecessors. We notice that these three activities have no immediate predecessors, which means that they start the network. So we're going to start with node A and then draw activity AB, AC, and AD. So we're going to drag one of these circles here, and that's going to be the node A. You can type A inside like that. And then we're going to drag another node here, B, another node, C, and another node, D. So here we have B, C, and D. What we're going to do next is we're going to connect these with a line. So we're going to select Shapes. We can select an arrow. As we mentioned before, an arrow or a line doesn't make much difference since we know that the flow is going to be from left to right. So we're going to connect AB. We're going to connect AC. And we're going to connect AD. So here we're done with the first three activities. Next we're going to look from B. We have activity BC and BE, and both of them have AB as predecessors. So we're going to drag two nodes here. And connect. And here we have BC. Well, actually BC is already here, so we don't need to drag a couple of nodes. We can just connect BC like that. And that's going to be BE. But notice something here. Activity BC has 0 duration. Therefore, it has to be a dummy activity. So what we're going to do, we're going to change the properties of this line, going to Format Shape by right-clicking on the line and changing it into a dash type, something like that. And here we have a dummy activity between B and C. So then we have CF, which follows AC and BC. CF, so let's just drag this node here, and this is going to be F, and draw the line CF. Okay, and then we have CG, also has predecessors of AC and BC. So we have G is going to be somewhere here. So let's drag another node, G. And the activity. Connecting the two nodes. Remember, in ADM, the activity is represented by the arrow connecting the two nodes. And then we have also DG, which has as a predecessor AD, so we're going to connect DG. So it's very convenient that we place G at this position. Now you're going to see that we're going to have some different attempts at arranging these activities in the proper layout to be legible as much as possible. So far it's working fine. Alright, so next we have activity EI and EF, and both of them have as predecessors BE. So EI and EF. Dragging two nodes, actually one node only, because here we have F already existing. So we're going to connect EI, this is going to be I, connect EI, and also connect EF. Both of them have duration, so we only, as you notice from this table, we only have one dummy activity, which is activity BC. Alright, so now the next one is going to be GH, which has as predecessors CG and DG, so we're going to have H somewhere here. And we're going to connect GH. Next we have FJ, which has as predecessors EF and CF, so let's put J somewhere here. And connect FJ. And then we also have HJ and IJ. We already have the node, so all we have to do is connect. And here we have our network. We have all the activities. IJ has its predecessor EI, that's fine, and HJ has its predecessor GH, that's perfectly fine. So we ended up with one extra node, we can just delete that. Very well. The next step is to calculate the dates. As you remember, we mentioned that we're always going to start with day 0, so we're going to put 0 here, and 0 also here, and 0 also here. Let's just make some adjustments so that it appears in a nicer way. And here we're going to make it like that. Actually, we can try to, okay, so far so good. And then activity AB has a duration of 4 days, so we're going to finish on day 4. So also let's make it left adjusted. Activity AC has a duration of 9 days, so it's going to finish on day 9. AD has a duration of 16 days, so it's going to finish on day 16. Now, activity, the node B has the date number 4, so anything that starts from B is going to be on 4, so we're going to put 4 here, and 4 here as well. Now, activity BE has a duration of 13 days, so it's going to end on day 17. Activity BC is a dummy activity, so the duration is 4, therefore it's going to end on day 4 as well. Let's make that centered. Now at node C, we have 2 dates coming. We have 4 coming from BC and we have 9 coming from AC. As you remember from our lecture, we're going to take the larger number in the forward pass, so we're going to put here 9 and 9. Duration of CG is 14 days, so it's going to end on day 23. And duration of CF is 7 days, so it's going to end on day 16. Duration of DG is 8 days. It's going to start on day 16 and it's going to end on day 24. Now at node G again we have 2 numbers. We have 23 and 24. Therefore the number that's going to proceed with us is going to be the 24, the larger number. GH has a duration of 12 days, so it's going to end on day 36. And as you can see, it's very simple calculations. You can just finish the calculations for this network. Let's just finish the forward pass, and you can go ahead and do the backward pass yourself. So here we're going to start with 17. And EI is 16 days, so it's going to be 33. Here also we have 17. And EF has a duration of 9 days, so it's going to be 26. So at node F we have 16 and 26. We're going to take the 26. And FJ has a duration of 10 days, so here we're going to have 36. And then I, we have here 33. And duration of IJ is 13, so it's going to be 46. HJ is going to start here on 36. And has a duration of 11 days, so it's going to be 47. Now we have 3 numbers going to node J. We have 46, 36, and 47. The largest number, of course, is 47, so that's going to be my end of the project. The project started on day 0 and ended on day 47. As you can see, the calculations are not that hard at all. They are very straightforward and simple. What we're going to do in the backward pass actually is reverse everything that we did in the forward pass. Let me start the backward pass and leave it for you to finish. So let's start with the first set of activities. Here we're going to start with 47 as the late start, which is going to be underneath the arrow, 47. And let's change the color of these to be red, for example, just to distinguish the forward from the backward passes. So 47, the duration of HJ was 11 days, so it's going to be 36. Now we're subtracting, remember. Now you notice here that HJ has 47, 47, 36, 36, so obviously this is going to be a critical activity, right? Now if you follow that, you're going to find that the critical path is going to be basically that bottom path, because this is going to be the longest path leading with giving us the longest dates, the latest dates. So it's going to be A, D, G, H, J. That's going to be our critical path at the end. How did I know that? Because it has to be a continuous path, and since it passes through HJ, then it has to be that one. Why didn't we say AC and CG? Because again, the number coming to G from D, which is 24, is larger than the number coming from C, which is 23. Therefore, the critical activity is going to be DG. But let's go ahead and do a couple more activities with the dates. So here we're going to start with 47 as well. And let's put it here in red. 47 minus 10, that's going to be 37. Now notice this activity has how many days of total float? 47 minus 36, or 37 minus 26, which is 11 days of total float. Going to activity IJ, it's going to be again 47 minus, this is IJ minus 13, so it's going to be 34. And you can just keep doing the backward pass. This one is going to have only 1 day of total float. What we can also do at the end, we can just change the color of the nodes that are going to be critical. So we're going to make it something like this, just to show them in a different color so that they have a special status as critical activities. And we can also change the color of these lines. So we're going to select this group of lines, 1, 2, 3, 4 activities, and right click, format objects, change the color, line color. Let's make it red as critical. And here's our critical path. That was really simple, wasn't it? So what you'll have to do is finish that as a practice. Try to finish this network and see if you're going to get the same numbers for activities GH, DG, and AD, which should be critical, and then calculate the total float for the other activities. That's basically our exercise for today.